Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm sure a lot of people are starting to wonder what the heck is Linda putting as I almost said Letitia, Lori not competent to stand trial. So I just saw the documents and I'm going to read them to you, and then we're going to chit chat a little bit about some other things as well in this case and just this recent thing. So, all right. Hello, everybody. So let me read this right away because Lori has been deemed not competent and has been recommended restorative treatment. Okay, so let me read this here. It says, order staying case. On March 8th, 2021, the court under seal entered an order for competency evaluation pursuant to 1.c, blah, 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 as to defendant Lori Noreen Vallow, aka Daybell, in the case number. The evaluation was ordered after the defendant's fitness to proceed was drawn into question by counsel. Pursuant to that number, this case was stayed from further proceedings pending a determination of the issue of defendant's competency. Thereafter, the court and counsel for the parties received the completed psychological assessment prepared by a licensed clinical psychologist who is qualified pursuant to that to perform such an assessment. The completed assessment determined that at this time, the defendant is not competent to proceed and recommends restorative treatment. One little more blurb to say. The court has now been advised that the state contests the finding of the report. Therefore, the court will schedule a hearing on the issue pursuant to 18-212, and the stay in this case remains in effect pending determination of the issue of competency. Dated this day, the 27th day of May, 2021, with Stephen W. Boyce, the district judge. Okay, let's just freak out about that for a little bit for a sec here before I do the other things. Now, this was actually, like I said, when I read it, it was dated March the 8th under seal, that there was an order for competency evaluation. Now, this is really, really interesting to me. If we just go to a different case for a sec and talk about Letitia Stauch, she actually had two competency hearings. And because the first one was, no, let's go back and we'll double check it again because she was deemed competent. So here we have this that she's deemed incompetent and recommended restorative treatment for Lori. Now, it's going to be okay. Okay, I think this is going to be okay. I think that prosecution's going to contest it. They're going to get another. This is my take on it. My opinion is prosecution's going to be like, no, I'm contesting it, like as we saw, and she's going to get another evaluation. This is how I feel. I don't know, but this is how I feel. So, and let's just rewind back a little bit. We've seen her time and time again, what's the word? Dupe the police, dupe the situations. She's been, over and over. So it's going to be okay, you guys. I think it's going to be okay. You got to remember too, what we see with Lori. She's very crafty. She's very manipulative. So we'll just wait for another one. Now, exactly. Hazel says, I'm not surprised she pulled this. I'm not either. We kind of saw her, what's the word? Like mousing around kind of. You go to show up court, you could choose to show up or not. I believe she didn't show up because she didn't have her hair did. You know what I mean? Like she's just like, oh, I don't look very good and I want to look like $1 million. Now, don't forget, she just recently was also deemed indigent. Let me read that for you guys too, because this will make you feel a little bit better. This was on May 21st, so only not even a week ago. It was newly filed in court. She was declared indigent, legally defined as unable to afford her lawyer. And it says on the document, order finding indigency. Indigency. Of all these words. Okay. This matter having come before the court and for good cause shown, it is hereby ordered that the defendant be declared indigent pursuant to Idaho Code 19-854. Okay. By Stephen Boyce. So we have that. Okay. So, if we want to keep this light a little bit, maybe she wanted to be incompetent because, now she doesn't want to be deemed broke too. So I don't know. But it does say March 8th that she went. So we're looking at 2 months ago that she went for this. So we'll see what happens on that. But I think, yes, everybody's going to be angry, myself including. I think this is ridiculous. However, did you see Colby Ryan had an interview with Justin Lum from Fox News? And they had a chat about, how he feels about this, what's going on, has he talked to his mom? And he literally had something saying, like, she knows the difference between right and wrong. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know. I can't even speculate because I don't even know. Yeah. Thanks, Russell. Remember that? The pool party after Charles died? And exactly that, Lay and Carrie, Kay and Larry were also interviewed. And so that's very telling too, right? They say, well, she knows what she's doing. In fact, I just pulled up just a little clip. We'll just hear it, okay? What Colby says about just the last bit. It's actually a 17-minute interview, and you can go to Fox 10 Phoenix on YouTube for it. And right after I share this, I can show it to you so you guys can see, or I'll just give you the link. But let me just cue this up and just hear what he says just in this one tiny little info snack. Okay.
Praying for her has been an on and off thing, but like I said, it's really for her and God to deal with. She knows what's right and wrong, and it's not on me. And I think I try to take that responsibility.
Okay, right? She knows the difference between right or wrong. And she knew that way back in November when the welfare check was done. She knew that, okay, so she got married, so she shouldn't have got married because she was crazy, she's not competent, or whatever this is, right? So there's so many things to this. I think at the end of the day, I feel like we're not going to have to worry about this, but who knows in this case? It's been frustrating. It's been frustrating for the public. It's been frustrating, I'm sure, for the authorities. So this is just a hurdle. I just feel like, I don't know. This does not surprise me. You guys tell me, put heck yeah in the comments if this does not surprise you about Lori, because this does not surprise me, but it's interesting. Melissa says my blood pressure just went through the roof. I know. You look at it and you can't believe it, but at the same time, you can believe it. And thank you so much, Melissa. I don't see the super chat's not highlighting for some reason. I can't find it, but thank you. I appreciate you. So look at this. Heck yeah, right? We're seeing all this. And as Sandy says, it's another layer of the onion. Isn't that the truth? So here's just show you a little snapshot of Lori yesterday. There she is looking off at the sky. Very, very similar to how I feel like Letitia. She did that a couple times. I was looking at that and went, oh, that's interesting. I don't know if there was something in her eye or she just wanted to look at that. Kind of like how Letitia, what she was doing is she would flick the lights on and off and look up and spin in a circle. What's funny, actually, is I was having a little private conversation yesterday about right before Lori came on. I said, any bets she has dark hair and was wearing baby blue? And the person that I talked to we were laughing because it was just like, there she is, dark hair, baby blue. And then we had a good laugh. So there's that. Now there is new news though. Let's just get into this too, because let me get you guys here before I forget, because I don't want anybody messaging me how angry they are that I didn't give them the link, because I got a nasty email about how I didn't give a link to the judges thing yesterday. I literally said, hey, do a search on Judge Farron Eddins, and I spelled it for them, but apparently that wasn't enough. So she had enough of me, is what she said. We had enough of you, is what she said. So here you go. There you go. Don't say I didn't give it to you. Okay. I don't get it. Anyway, so there's that. Now, let me just find the next little info snack, because it's with Justin Lum, who has been as diligent as Nate Eaton. He's awesome too. He's been doing a great job. And he said on his Facebook, breaking, Chandler PD submitted its investigation into Lori Vallows regarding the death of Charles Vallow to Maricopa County Attorney's Office on April 1st, 2021. Charge is conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. The charging decision will be up to MCAO. This comes after Vallow and her husband, Chad Daybell, were indicted in the deaths of her kids, JJ Vallow, Tylee Ryan, and Daybell's first wife, Tammy. That was a half an hour ago. So that's what he posted. I'm sure there's going to be more coming, but charge is conspiracy to commit first-degree murder is what he's saying. The charging decision will be up to the MCAO. So there's that news. I knew it's going to happen for Charles as well. So now, interesting, because people were talking about yesterday when they did a continuance in the hearing for Lori. We'll talk about Chad in a minute, because it's just crazy. Right, Shelly? Okay, this is actually a great point, okay? She made sure her hair was done, and right? Anyway, it's ridiculous. So where was I at? Yesterday in court, we had Chad, we'll talk about him in a minute, and then we had Lori, and they asked for a continuance. Now, people were saying to me, hey, well, not people, one person sent me a thing saying, hey, Scott was just talking about this. So I saw a little clip. I didn't get to see all of Scott's. Sorry, Scott, you know I love you. But Scott said in all his 26 years, he's never seen something happen like this. So my question is, why would they even show up? I have no idea. And like Scott said, 26 years of practicing, and he's never seen something like this go down. It's just reading of charges. So I'm curious why this would have even happened. Something maybe Scott can answer on his. Why would they do that? Why would Lori even show up? Why wouldn't they stop that and submit something before? So I'm really confused, unless today's the day they actually got the final report, but it was 2 months before. I don't know. Really, really weird. Super weird. So yeah, so she showed up. Let's do another picture of her, because I'm sure she would love that. Of her, and she's looking up. I did 2 screenshots. This one I only have here, but there she has her hair done. I don't know if she snuck some bleach, as Four Sons' mom said. Snuck some bleach and did some highlights in her hair, made sure it was curled, and she wore her famous baby blue. She really likes that color. She was seen in a sweater baby blue last time. So, and then of course her mask, she wouldn't want to do that because jail makeup might not look as good as her own. So there she is in all her glory. And then there was that continuance. Super weird. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments, because that was really weird. Now let's go to this guy for a sec. I don't know if you guys saw my 15-second clip. I highly recommend going to take a look at it, because I just wanted to highlight the mood of Chad while the judge was about to read his murder charges. A lot of people might scratch their head when I say, don't wear a red tie. And here again, he makes the mistake, in my opinion, to wear a red tie. You don't wear a red tie when you're accused of murder, okay? Just you don't. And if I was his lawyer, I'd be kicking him underneath the table, but that's just me, and I wouldn't be defending a character such as him, in my opinion. So he wears a red tie, and then the judge says, "Can you hear me?" And judge says, "Yeah." And sorry, Chad says, "Yeah, can you hear me?" Starts laughing like a psycho. Not that he's crazy, because he's not. He knows very well. Now, I've had some mixed emotions about why he's laughing, okay? We're going to talk about that. Let's just check in here. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Anne, hello, Anne. Nice to see you. She says, just got in, missed a lot. Been only on, maybe 15 minutes. But basically, Lori was deemed not competent to stand trial, and she's recommended that she gets restorative treatment. And of course, in my opinion, Lori would want that anyway, even if she was competent or not. She would want that because it's a little different scenario, right? For her restorative treatments, a little different scenario. She wouldn't be sitting where she is. It's a little bit different. So, of course, she wants a little bit more, I want to say comfort. It's just different. Okay. That's basically it. I talked about Colby, and he had a interview with Justin Lum yesterday after the hearing. Same with Kay and Larry. And I don't think there anybody else was, but correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, Annie as well. So there was also a statement from Annie Cushing, who is Tylee's aunt. All right, so that was that. And where are we at now? Okay, so I'm going to talk about that. Okay, so here we go. Rebecca has a good little statement here. Let me find it. Whew, I know a lot of you are angry. I'm on the same train, but things are happening. They have to, okay? Remember in my last live, I said pick a straw, any straw. They gotta fight with all they can. I missed your comment, and it was about light blue. So if you could say it again, I would be very appreciative. The super chat just fell off now, and now I can't find it. So she was saying something about light blue and being in theater. If you can say it again, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so Sandy says, do we really want Lori restored? Okay, so a lot of people are angry, but let's talk about Chad for a minute. A lot of people were commenting in my video, my 15-second video about Chad, because I had to highlight it. And they said, this is really, this is just really nerves. And for some people, it could be, right? They're being charged and accused of murder 3 times and insurance fraud and all these things that, are conscious decisions, in my opinion. And then Chad's laughing. This isn't the first time Chad laughed in court. In fact, I might even have that picture of him. Oh yeah, this is the other time. Okay. Just, happy-go-lucky, just having a good time. Okay. Here's one other thing I know, and I haven't done a video on this, but perhaps I should start connecting those dots and show people this. I'm going to put this up and then we can talk about that. Chad, okay, last September was the, preliminary hearing. And there was evidence that they were talking about, they're doing exhibits, okay? Exhibit 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. Every time it goes from Rob's desk, then somebody takes it to the defense, his desk. And you see these exhibits coming up, and Chad, and I'm not joking, you guys can rewind to, this September trial, go through it. He would look over, and then you'd have this disgusting look of fascination and like he was reliving it and smiling. I kid you not. I legit go back to see it. I can't even handle it. So connecting all these dots together and now seeing Chad just jovial and happy flappy and, things are great. He's excited. He's wearing his blood red tie, getting ready for his things to be read out. It's disgusting. He actually did that. So, yeah, yes, exactly. Fragile Like Fire says his disgusting face was proud. It was it's just like, today's my day. I'm the man. And then he reads his charges. Not a flinch about Tammy either. So gross. And the day that Tylee died, Chad was sitting with Tammy and upping his life insurance. I mean, Lori did a competency, whatever it was, evaluation, psych eval, or we think she did, way back with Charles. Well, she was good to go. And she chose to marry Chad, good to go. Stuck with that, good to go. She did these decisions, and she carried them out. And we all have choices. We're adults. We all have choices. And these premeditations are choices. So it's brutal. Katie says, Linda, do you think Lori's in a light blue hospital gown? Thanks for everything. I don't know. I haven't taken a real good look at that. She does like her baby blue, though. It kind of looks to be that way, but I don't know. I'm betting Mark would be like, hey, it'd be a great thing to do. Let's wear that. If you can wear anything, let me get you something like that. I'm not a fan of Mark. That's no secret. A lot of people not a fan of Mark. So the amount of time wasted in the courtroom by John Breyer and Mark Means is crazy. However, I can understand why they're doing that, right? I mean, they have, like I said, this is what I did. Okay, you guys might have missed it, but this is what I feel like. It's like, these are straws, right? Pick a straw, any straw, right? That's just how I feel. I feel like, oh crap, they have to figure out a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. That's how I feel. Right or wrong, that's how I feel. All right, whew, I get fiery. Spicy. I get spicy. Okay. We continue on. Thank you, Jules. Thank you so much. I'm trying to get to there's 3,000 people hanging out with me right now. It's not even noon here in Alberta. Thank you so much for hanging out. Andy says, this shows what an evil master manipulator she is. She has means wrapped, would seize through it. Judge needs to order independent evaluation. Let's talk about, thank you so much, Andy. Let's talk about Mark Means. And let's talk about Rob Wood. Okay. Rob Wood is on the scene. Now he brings in Rachel Smith, who has an unbelievably awesome, she just has an awesome background. Okay. She's a fighter. And here she is coming on in, and good for Rob as well, because I'm thinking, man, one would have to set aside their ego to take on someone else to come and help with the case. You know what I mean? He didn't have to, but he did. He said, like, Rachel Smith has 20 plus years, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, something 20 years. And she's a fighter. And I have full faith in Rob Wood, Rachel Smith. I have full faith. So I think this is Mark's pulling. I don't know what they're pulling. We'll see what Rob Wood does, and because he's contesting it, right? So let's see how that works on another competency. I can't see them just taking that for word. Thank you, Music Mimi. Okay. And I see Elizabeth says, what a damn loser, they have to go through her antics. Yeah. I think whoever has to go through Lori has to go through her antics. She's been anticing, we'll call it that, for how many years? I mean, if we go way, way back to when Colby was born, I saw shenanigans then. And that's only from the outside looking in. Can't even imagine. Rachel Ann says, if they have the same crazy beliefs, why wouldn't they be not competent to stand trial? Do you think Chad renounced his beliefs? No. Nope. I think both of them are still standing strong. In fact, even Colby was saying, hey, I went to her to talk to her, and she just keeps saying, now granted, this was a while ago, but he just said, she just kept saying, no, don't worry. There's an explanation, it's all going to work out. Same thing that she always says. It's fine. It's fine. She said that to April Raymond. So it's all kinds of crazy. And it's not crazy how I'm saying crazy. I just think it's super manipulative. Lori was the only one to wear a mask to hide her aging face and snarks. She's sick. Okay. I think she wore the mask because of the lack of Botox / makeup. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking, man, if you come in with makeup and that smirk, I'll come through the computer screen, legit through the computer screen. Because, I think I have that too. Why don't we pull that up, shall we? Don't I have it? Oh yes, let's discuss this for a minute. Lori on the left is her mugshot. Okay, look at the smirk and smile and pride in her face there. Scared? No. She knows exactly what she did, in my opinion. Okay, and Chad has a similar mugshot, but we won't talk about that. You were talking about Lori. Look in the middle. Her children are dead. Her husband of 15 years, Charles, dead. And here she is on the beach sipping some, champagne with her new husband and her $30 ring. And she's just smiling like not a freaking care in the world. And let's go to the right. Now we see Lori at court. She's so happy. We got a common theme here. Happy, smiling, proud, smug. Why? Because she has a secret. She has a secret that nobody knows yet. And she's proud of herself. Look at the secret I can hold. And I'm going to say it again. I don't care if people are like, what, Linda? They have secrets all over, all under the radar, under the ground. So this is normal life. Chad and Lori have the little secret signs, secret phones, secret emails, secret, and secret hit list. Okay, but we're just going to call it a dark and light rubric. That's what that is. I know a secret. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. That's the thing. Secret. Look at Chad Daybell. Tell me that, does that look like concern on his face? Does that look like he's scared? No, it's not. He's thinking, I'm going to get out of this. She probably thinks the same thing because they always Lori always seems to get away with things, right? She got away with all kinds of things. So this does not, I can't be convinced otherwise anyways. Over 100 videos I did on this. And, the chat is going like crazy, probably because I forgot to slow it down. Yes. Let me just fix that for a sec. You guys can chat about that, what I've been just saying, because I just believe after 100 videos and connecting the dots to this case, there's this underlying secret that I'm exposing. And of course, the authorities are too. But I'm just saying for myself, in my experience, I'm exposing it. And it's coming true. It's coming true. All these things are coming to the light, like the painting I've been talking about over and over, and all this other stuff, the secret email, the email between Chad and Lori wanting to kill Charles in code, and that included. I'm going to say that over and over. Here we go. Chat's going to slow down. There you go. There we go. All right. So, oh, I read that already. Okay. We're over here now. Matt says, literally just watched a video on faking insanity. I bet she could do it. Yes, Rachel has won many, many cases. Yes. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. This is coming together. I think this is just going to be a tiny little blip. I'm hoping. I'd like to see that report, that's for sure. And we'll go from there. I really don't think we have much to worry about. She's not incompetent. Once the state requests testing, they will go to court. Mr. Woods wants blood for these children. They will be charged. I think so too. I think this is just a blip. And this is not Rachel's first rodeo either, right? 20 some years, and she's won many cases like we saw, and here we go. This is not their first rodeo. And they're probably like, secret combinations, that's correct. Exactly, all codes. This is the thing. And they had the burner phones. They have these little secret, everything's secret. So we just got to figure out all these things and put it together. And then we're going to connect them and expose it. I said this a year ago, okay? Almost, I shouldn't say a year ago. Maybe it was summertime. Well, almost a year ago. I said this about Charles. I showed the email, how it connects, what I think on this, how this, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like 6 or 7 videos on the Charles Vallow series. Go check it out. So, and in this painting video, I won't talk too much about the painting because you're like, enough about the painting. But in that video, I showed there's a connection. There's a connection to Tammy, Tylee, JJ, Charles, Alex, and potentially Joseph. That one's a little bit different because it's a little bit further before, so I haven't quite got there yet. Like I said, 100 videos, over 100 videos. I could probably do 100 more and still not be complete, So, LaShawn says, you're great at what you do. Thank you. We need you on the Maya Malete case. I know. I got to head over there. There's so much happening on my cases that I've been covering, especially the Canadian case with Justin Evans, and I just need more of me. I need more or more hours in the day. All right, so you see where I'm heading, you guys? I'm just angry. Okay, so let me read that again because a lot of people are bringing up Charles. I read that a little bit earlier. So let's read that. And Justin Lum from Fox News is where I heard it first. Okay, so I'm going to see if he did an update because that's now going to be about half an hour to an hour ago. Oh, okay, this is good news. Okay, here we go, you guys. Where'd it go? So Justin says, breaking, Chandler PD submitted its investigation into Lori Vallow regarding the death of Charles Vallow to Maricopa County Attorney's Office on April 1st, 2021. Charge is conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Charging decision will be up to the MCAO, which is the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. This comes after Vallow and her husband, Chad Daybell, were indicted in the deaths of her kids, JJ Vallow, Tylee Ryan, and Daybell's first wife, Tammy. Boom. Okay? Boom. Now, I just noticed there's more. So, lots of info snacks. Hang on. Meanwhile, he says, Gilbert police tells me the shooting investigation regarding Brandon Boudreau, the ex-husband of Lori Vallow's niece, is still open. The shooting happened on October 2nd, 19, as Boudreau pulled into his driveway. He believes Lori's brother, Alex Cox, tried to kill him. Okay, let's talk about that. Remember how I said that I found a connection in the pattern of Tammy, Tylee, JJ, Alex, and Charles? Well, the pattern also fits for Brandon Boudreau, only thankfully he did not die. But the pattern is included with Brandon Boudreau. So, they're going down. So she can hide all she wants. She probably wants to be in a cushy hospital rather than her jail cell, because let's just face it, where she's staying in jail and where she's going to end up in the penitentiary is going to be very different. But her statement, she enjoys the food in Idaho as opposed to Hawaii. Her words. Okay. So here's, okay, everybody's talking about Charles. I was talking about that. Justin Lum charges. Thank you so much. Yes. I mean, this is justice. It's coming. This is awesome. Okay. We have so much here. Finally, Charles charges for Charles Snoopy dance. Wait, someone just said Lori was just charged with the death of Charles. Yes. Okay, and the chat should be slowing down now. It should be slowing down. Dawn says, I wonder if she's incompetent because she's still spouting the I'm a god crap. Well, let's talk about that. She believes she's a god. She also apparently, when you're that, like when you're the status she thinks she is, she doesn't have to eat. And I've said this again. Oh, okay, Lori, prove to me that you don't need to eat. You're God. Show me. Oh no, you want to eat that bun? You want to eat the jail food? Oh, okay. You're God, though? It's just a slap in the face, really. Next is Joseph Ryan. In my last live stream, which would be 2 nights ago, was that yesterday? I don't remember. 2 nights ago, I put a petition for that Annie Cushing, Joseph's sister, had put up to look into Joseph's death again. So I did put that link up. You can check that video, that last live, and then if you'd like to go there and sign the petition, that would be awesome. Yeah, it says that, okay, yes, here we go. Like I just read out, right? It's up to Maricopa County Attorney's Office. The charge submitted is that. Let's just hope it just, I don't know how that works and the rest, but. Okay, what else, you guys? Here, just reading these comments. What about Melanie? I don't know yet on Melanie. Now, when I read the other documents, do I have those? I don't think so. When I read the other documents of the charges, which is in that last live stream, and go check it out too if you want to review that, because what I did in the last live stream with reading the murder charges, I didn't just read the murder charges and the document. I did that and then connected the dots to the dates, so you kind of have a bigger picture of what's going on. So I do recommend that. And then what I did was I talked through it without doing a lot of Q&A so that it would flow a little bit better. Thank you, Kathy, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. There you are. Thank you so much. Emma, I see yours. Emma says, I was watching Kay and Larry and Colby on Fox 10 interviews, fell asleep. Then this, Linda, what all presents did we get today? Basically, yeah, there's all those interviews with Fox 10. And then also we have Lori being deemed not competent, and it's recommended that she gets restorative treatment. And don't forget too, just to reiterate this, the death penalty is potentially on the table for these two as well, right? So, I mean, it's serious. It's life without parole or the death penalty. So, I mean, who wouldn't want restorative treatment? My opinion. Rachel says she thought religion could be her excuse to rid her of everything she hated in life and make money doing it. This was a masterful, evil plan. No God religion. 100%. This is not the religion. And I'm going to back up LDS on this. Lori and Chad are not following LDS religion. And I've said this in a cajillion videos, but yet people still tell me that, Linda, you don't know what you're talking about. This isn't the Mormon religion. I know. I've said this over and over. Lori takes a book. You could literally take like a computer book for dummies, and she would say, like, this is how to fix my fridge. Okay, so that's how it's the same. But they take it and then they spin it to what they want. She's not crazy though. She knows exactly. She's had this pattern since she was, well, publicly I could see from when Colby was a baby. Minimum. So, I don't know. She can't even take ownership of her own actions. Colby said to her, like, listen, just say where the kids are. This is before. Just say where the kids are. And then, oh, don't worry. Like, it's fine. Read the book of Job and you'll understand. You'll understand after that. Like, no. Murder's murder. It's just like Letitia. This is a new kind of game now. And the smirks and the red ties and the delight just seeing that the evidence is on the table by Chad, I think he's done something before at this point. Especially because the egregious manner that Tylee was found and what was done to her, I don't know. It's not good. B says, opinion, Ian is alive because he has too many people to account to. If he disappeared, he may be forced to play along to keep his or the baby's life. This, I question about Ian and Melanie. Melanie, 100%, Melanie Pulowski, word salad, and she's lying about a lot of things, my opinion. So I know a lot of people are going to be upset. I hope there's going to be more that we learn very quickly. I know Justin Lum is on it, and I also know Nate Eaton is on it. And so we'll see now, and I'll keep you guys posted as to when the next court date would be, because now there's another hearing going to be coming up. Italians do it better. Nice to see you. Says, Joe was cremated. What can they do? Go over the evidence again. I don't know. Well, this is the problem. This is the problem. Okay. How do I word this? Joseph Ryan did not have an autopsy done. He only had an outer exterior, what's the word? Assessment. That was straight from Annie. Okay, there are questions about his apartment. I 100% agree on that. Once I get all through this, I'm going to dive into Joseph. And we're going to take a look at that. I'll help Annie in every way I can. And this is funny because this parallels kind of Tammy, doesn't it? Tammy didn't have an autopsy done in the beginning. And yet there was life insurance on Joseph, right? There's just so much to this. I want to know where Chad Daybell was in 2018 in April when Joseph died. People are saying that they met, meaning Lori and Chad met in October 26th at a Preparing a People event. However, Lori was reading Chad Daybell's books since 2015 and then started getting into the books more and more and being infatuated with his books and with Chad Daybell. So my question is, where is Chad? Because I think Chad was even in Arizona when Charles died. There's a good chance. I'd love to know his whereabouts that week and the week of Joseph Ryan. Okay, this is awesome. Meredithi says, who really wants a serial killer restored, right? Rachel, I can't believe the state is paying for Mark Means now. I'm sure Rob Wood loves that. Oh, man. Mark Means, at least I could start to read his document. Must have been proofread, because usually it's a mess. There we go. Who really wants a serial killer restored? No kidding. It's just not right. Jody says, the numbers that you figured out with their deaths all equal 6. 15 in numerics is 1 plus 5 plus 6. I hadn't heard if you figured that part. They're going down. Okay, so tons of people are talking about this numerology. This is not where I came from. I didn't come from a numerology kind of point of view. I came at it. Actually, what happened was I saw the movie Zodiac Killer, and I was just like, or the Zodiac on Netflix. And at the end, they were talking about a birth date. So I was like, oh, weird. Just out of curiosity, I was like, I wonder what the birth dates are of all these guys. Okay, wonder what the deaths are. And then I went, wait a minute. There's a correlation. So I know a lot of people come in numerology, but that wasn't where it was coming from. I was just curious. And then I was like, whoa, there's a pattern to this. What's the pattern? And so what happens is I figured out the boys had a factor of 6 with the differences of when they died and when they were killed, when they were born. And the women had a factor of 15, like 15 days out, 6 days out. I was like, why is that? And then I'm going, oh my gosh, what does 615 mean? What the heck does that mean? June 15th? Why is that so significant? And I looked up June 15th, Mormon religion. And then lo and behold, all this stuff came up about Joseph Smith. And it talked about, first off, one of Joseph Smith's first child, I believe it was, but one of his children died on June 15th. So I was like, But then there was one more thing, and it was a painting that's a huge, famous painting called Death on the Pale Horse. And this was on June 15th, Joseph Smith was sitting looking at this painting, Death on the Pale Horse. And he also talked about between 2 and 3 o'clock, he was writing in his journal. And so I went, holy crap, because I've been saying for a year now that I think that the kids were killed between 2 and 3, or around 3 o'clock, the witching hour. And then I found out Tammy was dead, estimated by the coroner at 2 o'clock. So, or by medical examiner, whatever, what have you. And I'm thinking, what, wait a minute, what does this have to do with anything? And then I figured out that this Death on the Pale Horse is about the 4 horsemen in Revelations. And what is Chad and Lori doing? They are believing in the second coming of Christ, right? End of the world. So this is huge. Now, somebody in my comments said, Linda, I grew up as a teen in the Mormon religion, and some of these prepper events or end of days events would happen. And he said that it's in the literature of this painting. Now, I just received that like 2 days ago, I think. So if you guys agree and you've seen it and you're part of that religion, please put that in the comments or email me at itsacrimeandashame@gmail.com. So there's these factors, right? 6 for the men and also 15 for the women. And I had wondered, what the heck? What is this all about? And that's where I connected the dots. It's that underlying secret. Like I said, you have regular, and then you have the secret below the surface. And all these symbolisms, the symbolic things that for Chad and Lori are important. Their malachite rings are symbolic, right? Chad's tie is symbolic. The raccoon is symbolic. And he's a writer, okay? So a lot of times there's a lot of symbolism in writing. Well, I use that term loosely as a writer, but you know what I mean. So there's these connecting of the dots. So when I say that I see a coded email in Charles, now it starts to make sense. Holy crap, that does line up. Now, I was looking at the dark and light rubric, Okay. When you go to that, I call it the hit list. When you go to that, there's also one of the kids. Let me rephrase this. Let me go back 2 seconds. The light and dark rubric, right? We have Joseph Ryan, Lori Hated, right? Who's his descendant? His descendant is Tylee. Gotta get rid of her. We got Charles Vallow, who's his descendant, which is really a family member because he actually adopted JJ, but he's blood related. He's the great uncle. Okay? Gotta get rid of JJ. And then I thought, wait a minute, because I found out that one of the kids of Charles, they adopted as well in the Vallow family. And lo and behold, that child in the rubric is rated dark. So I'm saying it's in code. There's code stuff. There's secrets, like the secret combination. So I get riled up because I'm starting to see it, right? And this number is very important. Okay. Julie says, I would like to know where Chad was when the Delphi murders happened. I can't help seeing Chad with the man walking on the bridge. I think he's killed before. Good question. Obviously, the Delphi murders is a crazy case and one that they think is solvable, but yet it hasn't been solved. I think just from all these things that I'm seeing about Chad, I'm wondering if he's done it before. I legit do. I start going, oh my gosh, has this been done before? And how many times? So they need to be looking in that history for sure. Thanks again, Rachel. I was raised LDS, the whole faith is code. There we go. Okay, so I'm just making sure I have everybody's questions. I know I'm going off a little bit on some things, but okay. And so I want to say this too, okay? I'm going to reiterate this. Chad and Lori may have grown up LDS, but they are off on their own branch, okay? They are so far gone. And they, don't forget, they're leading the 144,000 they thought they were, okay? They're leading. They're the ones who's going to do all of this. They're making up their rules as they go along to justify their actions. It's crazy. Not that they're crazy, but this is crazy. So don't knock the religion. Knock Lori and Chad for what they've created. So they're taking the Book of Mormon, they're taking all these things and they're spinning it to justify their actions. It's like driving down the road and justifying a sign on the a speed limit sign and then trying to tell the cops something different. You know what I mean? Like, so here we go. They are on their own branch, right? I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible. And a lot of people are angry today about her being deemed not competent. But I think this is going to be, I think it's going to be okay. I feel like it's going to be okay. I think it's not Rachel's first rodeo. I think Rob Wood has all good intentions, and they're seeking justice. Is going to happen. Whew. And both of them are evil. And don't forget, those secret combinations, they are the epitome. One of them is pretty much getting away with all of it. And that's what they have been doing. So I love this. Lori's Mary act in blue. You're no mother, Lori. I love that. And don't forget, okay, I want to also say this because I watched Colby's interview, and I can't imagine for him and his family, and losing his brother and sister, and losing his Uncle Charles, or his dad Charles, sorry, I was thinking about uncle, right? His stepdad. Losing 3 people in the space of a couple of months, and then finding out that they were killed, and then finding out it's by his own mom. Okay. And I could hear in him, he's not taking ownership. That's not what he was saying, but he was like, I feel like if I could only talk to my mom and say these things. This was a year ago. He was going back. Now it's different. He feels different, but you could hear that in him, and it's not his responsibility, right? I mean, this is what she did is what she did. And then she just justifies it and thinks it's okay because, well, let's just say it. Lori is very money oriented. And he even said, he said to Justin, if you didn't want to be by yourself, or if you just want to be by yourself or whatever, why don't you just go annihilate your family? It's so wrong. I am putting this up because I'm Italian. So I'm putting that up, okay? I'll allow the classy went for a stroll. Just a little jog. Okay. Kay says, any medical or biology background from Lori or Lori's brother? I don't know. No, Lori's not from Lori. Lori's was a hairdresser. Krista says, I'm wondering if the Dateline interview with the psychologist that completed the first assessment had an effect. They said she was not mentally sound. Remember that. That's a great point, Krista. Remember, they had an interview on Dateline, and it was 2 of the assessors, right? They were talking about Lori. I did a video on it. I don't even remember which one. It might have been an update video. And they talked about way back then. This is going back to when Tylee was a little girl. And they said the manipulations that Lori did in that situation with Joseph. And they said, had she been dealt with then, this wouldn't have happened. But still, she knows what was right and what's wrong. Her own son said it. There we go, Sherry. Competent enough to collect money for children months after they disappeared and died. Thank you so much, Pat. And Nicole says, this frustrates me. She was competent enough to hide evidence. Yeah, she sent everybody on a goose chase. So did Chad. Yes, I know about Kiplin Davis as well. A lot of people are talking about Chad Daybell. I do know about that. American Meteorite fan says, Lori and her first husband, Cole's father, committed the biggest car insurance fraud ever busted in California. I never heard about that. If you have information that you could show me, that I would really appreciate that. My email is itsacrimeandashame@gmail.com. That would be your second husband, though. William LaJoya is a second one. Her first one, she got young super early, and then the second one is William. And interestingly, father was not named on the birth document of Colby, which was very interesting too. So this woman has all kinds of manipulations, stealing money, just a bunch of lies. And I mean, petty things too. like taking everything away. Like Charles went to go get his stuff and she took everything right down to his underwear. I mean, I don't know. Yes, I would love to talk about this. So S. Sondi says they put charges on them on JJ's birthday to send a message about the dates to let them know we figured out your guys' secrets. You know what else? And I love this. June 9th was the hearing that was set like a month ago. And again, they talked about June 9th for the next hearing for in the morning for Chad Daybell. So where did I write that? I wrote that somewhere. Okay, anyways, it was again June 9th. And June 9th is a very important day because that's the day when the kids were found. So I had wondered yesterday, 2 days ago, I would wonder if Charles was going to be if they were going to be charged for Charles' murder in July. Now I do have, let me just check something here because I wrote it down, but now I'm just going to have to double check. Yeah, so Charles's birthday is in August, but he died in July. So. And the day that Chad tried to run away. But funny enough, John Pryor's like, my client does not flee. Yeah, he does numerous times, actually. Numerous times. He's a runner. We got a runner. Love this. Look up incompetent versus insane. Not the same guys. Yeah, not the same guys. Very much like Letitia. Thank you, Marla. Thank you. Man, it has been a crazy case. Everywhere you turn on this, it's just more and more stuff. There was another thing that was recently released on the, I believe it was, had to do more with the rubric. There was more names released. So I got to dive into that. I mean, there's never a lack of information for this case. It's just very frustrating. I can't even imagine. I was thinking about that. The thousands of hours I've poured into this is nothing compared to what the law enforcement would have to dive into that. I was thinking like, holy man, I've done so many thousands of hours on this case. And then you take, and I don't even know a quarter of what they know. So imagine how much time they've all poured in and trying to figure it out, because it's not like, one or two people. I did a video long ago, probably should be updated probably by now, but it was called Who's Who in the Zoo, because we're trying to figure out who's this person, who's that person. There's 10, 15 different people at least involved in the case. So I'm wondering what Mark Means has up his sleeve, and John Pryor. I wonder. What's interesting, have you seen this with John Pryor? In the last couple hearings, you hear him say, "Can we be excused?" At the end of the hearing, like both, has it been 2 times, 3 times now? We've heard him say, "May we be excused, Judge?" And he did that yesterday as well. I'm wondering, he straight-faced it when Chad started laughing. He totally straight-faced. You know what? You guys want me to play the 15-second clip? Let's play the 15-second clip. Let's see if I could do that. Because I want to highlight this. It doesn't show, though. I can't cock and type. 1 second. It does not show in this clip. It doesn't show John Pryor, but I'm just going to pause this for a minute.
This is the date and time.
I gotta show it again. I mean, I wanted to highlight exactly what he's done. Let's share this. Okay. Okay, ready? Let me go back to this and rewind it. Make sure you guys can see it. And let's just play it. 15 seconds. Here we go.
This is the date and time for an initial appearance. Mr. Daybell, can you hear me okay?
Yes. Can you
I
hear
need
me?
you to speak a little bit louder, Mr. Daybell.
Yes, I can hear you.
A little bit louder, Mr. Daybell. This is the date.
Okay. Okay. So I had to show it because it's not normal. It is not normal. You're about to sit there and have it read to you, the murder charges, and you're playing like, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Like, just, I don't know. So Rachel says he tried to act busy like he's super important. Oh, asking, can we go now? It's weird. He never used to do that. Krista says the Woodcocks did an interview 2 days ago and stated people know that the children's lives were in danger and additional charges might be coming for more people. I didn't get to see the interview yet. I did see a link to it. So let's just see if we can find some quotes from it. Larry says Tuesday was probably one of the hardest days I've had. He said, for us, every day is a what if day. What would JJ be doing today? What would we be doing on JJ's birthday? Now, JJ would have turned 9 years old. He didn't even make it to his 8-year-old birthday. And so it says in the article, after Special Prosecutor Rob Wood and Fremont County Prosecutor Lindsay Blake announced charges, Kay Woodcock, Jay's grandmother, said she had just one question. These aren't capital murder charges. We want a capital case. Prosecutors haven't said yet if they will seek the death penalty. Idaho law says prosecutors have up to 60 days after the Daybells either plead guilty or not guilty to announce their intent to seek the death penalty on the murder charges. And yeah, pretty much that. Larry says the support that we get, people don't realize how therapeutic that is for us. It's so therapeutic. So I'm going to give you guys the article. I'll give it to you guys in the chat here so that if you want to go take a look at that, I haven't taken a look at that yet. So there you go. Hopefully that comes through. All right. Crazy how all the death and chaos just kind of stopped after they were locked up, right? Coincidence, right? So sad. Tylee didn't even make her 17th birthday. Tylee was 2 weeks shy of her 17th birthday. And she'd be 19 years old this coming September. I mean, what? I get angry. There you go. Give me a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying today. You're getting a lot of info. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We made it to lunchtime here in Alberta. It's 4,300 people hanging out. I know it's really frustrating with Lori and Chad and the whole case. Innocent lives taken away, whole life ahead of all of them. And these two decide to create a weird scheme based on their own ideas of a different religion, but taking secrets and lies, spinning them, and killing people off so they can get money. Now, I'm going to be surprised if Melanie Pawlowski doesn't get pulled in to Brandon Boudreau's. I believe she knows a heck of a lot more. And I feel like she knew and knows a lot about Tylee and JJ in that fall since Lori moved to Rexburg. She word salads her stuff too. So, I mean, how do you even look at your children? For Chad, how does he even look at his children? And his children knowing that their father upped the life insurance of their mother, was screwing around on their mother before Tammy died, and while Chad was married to Tammy, and then killed their mother. It's sad. And all the people surrounding Tammy's family and even Chad's family looking at Chad going, what the heck? And people knew that he was a little off and no one would listen. No one would listen to them. This is funny. I'm going to bring this up. Where is it? Okay, that's not I met Christine. It was the one before. This is funny. Bye. I'm going to tell all 4,300 people the whole point of this channel is the truth. The whole point of this channel is the truth. So if you have some truth that you can actually prove, my email's itsacrimeandashame@gmail.com. Show me. Whole point. That's what I spend thousands of hours doing, is the truth. So, have a good day. Hope it's a better day. So, let's continue on. Cheated No More says it's unbelievable how Chad did this to his children. It shows the level of narcissistic depravity. It's very sad. Everybody around it. I mean, did you ever see Brandon Boudreau's interview? Super sad. He was heartbroken. And then he was protecting his children because someone came at him. And for what? $1 million life insurance. Wonder what the pattern is here. Any interviews with the Daybell family? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Things have happened so fast in the last couple days, I'm not sure. So, what else do you guys have? Let's just see if Justin has any more updates. He's good at that too. He's done a great job with Charles and on the case, but he's in Arizona, so he's hit the case pretty hard. That's the treatment. That's Charles. Oh, here's a quote from Kay. Lori is not that stupid. I don't know Chad, but I don't think he's that stupid. So if you can tell me that the Lord is telling you to go increase your wife's life insurance, so a month later she's dead, okay, that's greed. And Colby says, she's out of her mind. I don't give a frick if you don't want to be a parent. I don't care what your purpose is. I don't care. You don't go around and take everyone's life to get to where you need to go. That's exactly it. I mean, Colby's in his 20s. For how he, like, how do I word this? For a young man to speak in this way and know and can dial in what's going on in that manner is amazing. It's awesome. He knows. He sees what it is. It's terrible because he has his siblings been taken away and his mom now and has to deal with that. I can't even. And biggest trial of probably the century. And it does say here too that JJ Vallow's grandparents absolutely want prosecutors to seek the death penalty in case against Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. So sad all around. All right. Brittany says, I live 5 minutes from Mark Mean's office in Meridian, Idaho. I might stake out his office to see what's happening. Also born and raised in Saskatchewan. Hello, Canadian. Thank you, Brittany. Yeah, Mark Means his office is actually also in the same building as John Pryor. So there's a little info snack to you for as well. So I think it's important to remember that Idaho does not have insanity plea as an option. So this is interesting, and perhaps, well, I'd love to hear Scott's take on it. I really would. I wonder why. Again, I said this earlier. I wonder why this wasn't brought to the attention of the court, like days before. They actually went in yesterday morning and she made the appearance. And then, like, I think that at this point, if it was known, which it would have, it was started in March, I don't know when they got the actual report. That would be interesting to find out, because I wonder if it was a case of, no, we're going to do this after because we need Lori to show up on camera and look, like she has her light baby blue with her little mask on. We got to do that. Get her to look up and down, because that's what she was doing. She was acting a little strange that way, in my opinion, from what I saw. I'll have to review it because I've only watched it, I think, twice. So I think it was, 1.5, I want to say, because I was taking screenshots. So you could see her look there. And I have another one looking the other way. Like it was not her norm, unless something was in her eye. I can give her that, but I don't know. There was just a couple moments like, what is she doing? They were curious. Yeah, her eyes were it was odd, right? It was a little odd. So there you go. Debbie says it wasn't brought forward because it's all about timing and control. Yeah, so it's a little show, right? Yeah, Trixie, this is what I thought too. Wandering, like pulling a Letitia. I think the same thing. Because Letitia was doing that and she was, flicking on the lights and doing one of these and acting all crazy. It's just like, come on. I'd like to know when she last spoke to somebody what that was all about. So maybe there's more. Maybe there's more coming. Documents today. We got to see if what Rob Wood's gonna, submit, and we'll see. I don't know. Things are rolling though. It's rolling. It's good. This is good. I think this little thing it's a blip. I feel and hope that it's a blip. yeah, what happened to Chad and Lori and our amazing Technicolor hoo-ha? What happened to Chad was Lori and her amazing Technicolor. You mean all of this? The $1 million question? Oh. So, I mean, it's been a year, right? And we've seen it in court. Like, people keep bringing up, oh, super chat was skipped. I'm so sorry. Can you repeat it? Sometimes it jumps. I can see if I scroll back, but sometimes it jumps. And so I don't mean to, it does that. But you can re-ask and we'll try and see if I can find it. But you can see in court how all these little one thing after another comes up. And they're going into court. Even Scott was saying, like, holy man, just get it going. Like, what is all this theatrics going on? It's like a circus. There, Dean, I'll put you up right there so we can find you again. Just please ask again and I'll see if I can find it. It's the program that does it. Matt says, bet they are climbing in their portal potty now. Isn't that the truth? Chad's in there, be like, Lori, come in, Lori. Come in, Lori. Maybe got some tin foil, Lori. Yeah, this isn't over yet, so it's okay. I think it's just a little blip. I'm hoping it's a blip. Yeah, I'm going to have to dive into that statute. So one more thing, I should probably write that down. Just to see about it. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to do a couple more minutes, a couple more questions, and then I'm going to jet and prepare. I am actually creating another video today in the Justin Evans case. So I got to get that filmed and edited and up. And then at 4 p.m., what's his name? Barry Morphew's in court. Beauty Beats by Omega L says, this makes me mad. She claims to be unfit, but allegedly she killed multiple people. Yeah, a lot of people are angry today. This doesn't surprise me, though. I just hope. I mean, we have Rachel and we have Rob, so I think it's going to be okay. And thanks, mods in here who are helping out today. I mean, it's not an easy job, what you do, and I'm very, very thankful. And if Dina does have a question in there, you see it, could you please put it in caps as well to the mods? Nice to see you, Wendy. Yes, I'm well. I hurt my back for the last couple of weeks, so that's been interesting, but I'm doing okay otherwise. And kids are back to school, so there's no homeschooling this week. Oh, woo. Okay, so you guys are telling me breaking news. I talked about the breaking news earlier. Oh, there we go. Dina says, not a question, just telling you that I thought you've been doing a great job and I've been following Justin Evans' story and wanted to thank you about it. Thank you so much. There's more coming. I have, I think, 6 or 7 videos that I've been ripping apart and scripting for the Justin Evans case. He was just found. If you haven't seen this case, please go and check out my videos on it. It's very important. Justin was missing since December of 2020. He has just been found last week. His body's been found, and it's confirmed that it's Justin. And there's so many lies in this case. so many. And I'm sifting through it and I'm exposing it. And there's going to be people accountable, but I believe there's more than two. There's at minimum two, and there's going to be probably three, if not more. So I appreciate that, Dina. Thank you so much. And please watch that case as well. So important. And justice has to come for Justin. Yeah, Sean says need a chart. I actually did a video a while ago about who's who in the zoo so that everyone could know. Yes, 4 p.m. today, Mountain Time for Barrie. So it's going to be 6 p.m. Central and 3 p.m. Pacific. And then what are we looking at? Europe. I think that's midnight. Correct me if I'm wrong. Quinn says, would you rather pay for Mark Means to defend Lori or an attorney who could get her off? And we are also waiting on the arrest affidavit. We should be getting it. So I think they're going to do a last minute posting. So that's going to drive me a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. Let me just check. Yeah, nothing. And let's check Justin Lum one more time, just in case there's more breaking news. Where'd he go? Can't find him now. So much. There's so much going on. Well, I'll have to check later. I will be watching Barry's hearing. I won't be live during the hearing. I really like to sit and do notes and take everything in. Sometimes stuff happens as well when the hearing's about to go on and then I'm scrambling. So at this point, I haven't done those things. I like to really sit and go through the stuff. They aren't releasing the affidavit today? That's weird. Justin posted, okay, let's go back to Facebook. And just double check. I don't see anything else from Justin other than what I read earlier today. He talked about Brandon Boudreau still open, the not competent to proceed. Chandler PD submitted the investigation. The charge is conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, but the charging decision will be up to Maricopa County Attorney's Office. So that's all I know so far. People think it's a tactic, okay. Oh no, I'm not live stream. I'm not live streaming. You're right. Okay, so let me backtrack. When it's on YouTube on the judge's channel, like Letitia, there's a lot of YouTubers that do. Not on WebEx, I'm not live streaming all that stuff. Like I said, I'm not looking to get in trouble. And if ever something happened that is pretty much can say that it's an honest mistake. So I don't get into that stuff. And like I said, I prefer whenever there's a court case to really dive into it myself. I've been like preliminary hearing, that's 8 hours a day. And I took notes all day. So I rather do that than get distracted from what I need to learn and know. And then we talk about it. Yes, I live in Alberta. There you go. Yay, Canada. I'd like to be living in British Columbia. That's what I would like to be doing. That's the goal. Yeah, no one needs to be in trouble, right? Yeah, so I'll be watching, and then I get to watch Bear. And it's Judge Murphy, I believe, today for Bear, 4 p.m. And then we'll talk about it. We'll see what it's all about. I mean, if it's a 2-second blip, I don't know. You either get that. I'm not going to commit to going live because I don't know until I see what I see. And then I would love to have Justin's video on tonight so you can see that. And then we'll just keep going. This arrest affidavit, I'm waiting on. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I know they were trying to not have it out, and then public still has a right. So not sure. Sandra says, Linda, question. I notice you have a lot of people that are true crime stories, but who are the other 2 people on my right? So you have Orrin and Orson West, little boy's still missing. Gadden Stouck, he was killed last year, and his stepmother is currently sitting in jail. And I followed that like from the get-go on him. This is Marshall Lawassa. He's still missing. He's Canadian, and absolutely no footage of him at all, but yet his vehicle was found 14 hours away in a burned, and it was out in a service road up in the mountains. Really strange. So then, of course, we have Suzanne Morphew here and the kids, and then we have little baby Evelyn. So I gotta spend some time and go to Amazon and check out a digital frame. I need like 2 of them so that I could put the pictures on, and then they rotate because I have so many more people to add to the shelf and not enough room. Don't they need a unanimous yes from the jury for the death penalty? Am I wrong? I don't know exactly the rules for the death penalty. I know that the prosecutor can decide whether he's going after that or not. And you guys can correct me how this works because I don't know. That's what I understand, that it's a possibility in Idaho and it's a possibility in Colorado for both Barry, if it comes to that, Barry and Letitia, because when the crime occurred, it was before the July 1st. So Letitia's is still on the table for sure. They just have to decide. Yep, it sure does. Okay, there you go. There we go, Algo. Nice to see you there. All verdicts have to unanimous conviction or not, and what sentence? Okay, make sure I'm not missing anything. Ooh, it's hot now. Hot! Shouldn't have worn a sweater. We had snow, and then we had rain, and now I just want it to be warm. RC says, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I just clicked on it. If JJ was murdered before he was 8, that means he probably wasn't baptized. Do you think Lori meant to prevent that? That's a great question. I don't know how that works. If Forson's mom's in here, I don't know how that works in that religion. before that age. But yeah, he would have been only he'd be 7.5 when he died. Question. Okay. Oops. Where did we go? I'm just getting an answer back here. He would be pure. He would have no sins as he entered heaven. Oh, wow. Okay, so I know you guys are probably quite upset at the news today, but I think, like I said before, I think it's going to be okay. I hope. Coral says before 8 they are innocent and always goes to the celestial kingdom. It's just so sad. The other thing I'm wondering, let's talk about this. There's Joseph Ryan, Charles Vallow, then it was Tylee, then it was JJ, then it was Tammy, then it was Alex. And I'm wondering, oh, and it was supposed to be Brandon Boudreau, because I was like, where's the 7th one? Because he was all about the 7 things. And it was supposed to be Brandon. Anastasia says, do you think that Tylee was afraid for her little brother's safety and that's why she moved to Rexburg? It was said that Tylee didn't want to go move, but she wanted to be there for her brother. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure she had some idea about Lori's odd ways. Just meaning, like when Lori had a burner phone, it's like, Mom, why are you carrying 3 phones? You look like a drug dealer. Little things like that. I don't know exactly what was going through Tylee's mind. I did know she wasn't crazy about going to Rexburg, but she wanted to be there for her brother. Yes, exactly. Please remember that we do not consider Chad and Lori true Mormons, more like morons. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. I've said this again, so no one go and email me that I'm putting down the Mormon religion, because not once have I said that that's exactly it. They're off on way left field. Amy says, where do we go watch Barry's court today? Go to Colorado. You can see it on WebEx, and on Colorado's justice site, they have, I don't have that now, courts.state.co.us, and you should be able to find out the WebEx link. Somebody was asking about Tylee again, and I wanted to say something, and now I can't remember what it was. Oh, it said, do you think Tylee knew too much? And that's why. Well, I can say that looking at Charles's death, Tylee was there that day, as was JJ. And Tylee's very vocal, and there's a lot of discrepancies into what happened. Lori had the upper hand in terms of She takes the kids, she drives JJ to school, and then comes back. And I think it was a 20-minute drive there, 20-minute drive back. It's been a long time, but don't quote me on that. She had some time to talk to Tylee. But Tylee deep down, I'm sure, knew something isn't right. So Lori and Chad took everything away from people who was in her way. And it's disgusting that they think that's the option. Holy moly, now I have a cajillion. I think the other day, just on Lori's murder charges, within a couple hours, I got over 100 and some emails. So this is going to take some time to go through the emails. So forgive me, it's going to take days. Especially because the emails I get are usually not 2 sentences. It's legit like a 5-10 minute read and then having to go back. So please forgive me because it's going to take a few days to get through. Nikki says, so when she went in and did the evaluation that Charles asked for and she passed and walked, would that help to show she is competent to stand trial? I don't know. That's a good question. I want to know if she actually did even do this evaluation, if there's paperwork on it. And one could argue that was, 2 years ago. That was then, this is now. Coral says the blessing over the phone Chad did with Alex. Yeah, that's not how it works. Any true LDS member will affirm that they were off on their own crazy. Okay. I'm so glad you brought that up, Coral, because the blessing also came in. Remember, I talked about the 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. The blessing was phoned by Chad at 3 p.m., which is very interesting. And many people who are Mormon who have said, you don't do a blessing over the phone. Now, I don't know if the rebuttal is, well, Chad was in Hawaii at the time, and that's why he called. But, anything that comes out of their mouth, not really true. I had a comment yesterday by a viewer, and they said that they know not Chad's family, but the people who knew the family or knows the family, and said how hard it was and how many lies Chad said, and that they trusted him. Judge Murphy is the judge, I believe, today for Barry, based on the last time, but I think it's Division 2. So I'll be finding that out in a couple hours as well. And we'll do one more check to see on Justin. So much information overload. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. They have not released Tammy's death yet. No. Her autopsy report. All right, you guys, I'm going to cut it off now. We got some stuff going on. I have a feeling in the next week there's going to be more things happening in the case in terms of documents being submitted. I just feel like there's going to be some stuff coming up. So what day is it today? Thursday. Have a really great Thursday. I'll keep you updated on Bear. I'll keep you updated in this case. Please watch the Justin Evans case. There's more coming there. And I think some people need to start being a little more afraid of what's to come. So there's that. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the mods. Thank you so much for your super chats. Thank you for your support. Talk to you later. Bye.